Today's video is about how you can appreciate yourself and within minutes open your heart, raise your vibration, expand your perspective on how amazing, special, unique you are and how much good you're doing in the world. Now, I'm not talking about narcissistic self-indulgence, when you always kind of inflating yourself of how amazing you are. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being stressed because of the holidays. I'm talking about being stressed because of ecological crises that are affecting us all one way or another, more severely or less, or even just seeing it on the news is stressful. A heart goes out for the people who are suffering so much. I'm talking about uncertain times politically, not just in the US, but in many other countries. So the stress is rising, the times are uncertain. So the best thing that you can do to ride the wave, instead of feeling victimized or feeling like it's too much for you, is to center yourself and remember who you are at the source, at the core of who you are. And by appreciating yourself, you expand your perspective on yourself. And suddenly you feel calm, your heart is open, you appreciate yourself, and you can go about your day giving to others, appreciating others. It's like, how are you going to see others when you don't see yourself? How are you going to appreciate others when you don't appreciate yourself? How are you going to be at your best when you feel depleted, when you feel stressed? And so this is a really simple activity. And it's also something that you can do in a gathering, in a holiday gathering. I did it for my birthday. So I just turned 60 and I had a wonderful 3-day celebration weekend. And one of the things I did was a high tea party for my women friends. I love tea parties and I love going to tea houses. And so I decided to host a tea party for my women friends. And as you know, I'm all about integrating the spiritual and the material, and all about spiritual fulfillment, but also material enjoyment. And so I prepared the tea party, and I enjoyed for days baking cookies and cakes and savory finger food and choosing what teas we'll have. And I asked each lady to bring a teapot so that we could have different teas. I just enjoyed it. I dehydrated fruit like mangoes and kiwis, and each woman got like a treat bag as she left with a dehydrated fruit that I'd done. I was just enjoying the material project, but the colors and the scents and just the fulfillment of self-expression. So that was one part. Then the tea party happened on Saturday, and the women came, and it was beautiful spread, and it looked beautiful and abundant and delicious, and they all felt so cared for and loved for. And so that was the material enjoyment that we had there and then. But that wasn't enough for me, because I wanted to make sure that there's intentional spiritual fulfillment, intentional opening of our hearts, intentional raising our vibration. Because otherwise it's kind of random, whether we just kind of chat or talk about movies we've seen, or about children or whatever, work. I wanted to have some soul nourishment as well. That was part of my intention for my birthday. And so after we ate a bit and we kind of sat around and introduced ourselves, I just did 2 circles of 2 intentions. And the first one was, so we took 30 seconds quiet, kind of just to focus on this. But what I asked each woman to say is, I am a courageous soul because, and to finish that sentence. I am a courageous soul because. Now, think for yourself, in what ways are you a courageous soul? What are you doing that takes courage? It takes physical endurance, it takes emotional openness and the courage to share, to be vulnerable, to be honest, or spiritual courage, to do good in the world, or to stick with your life purpose in spite of challenges or to stay grounded. Everything is going well and you're successful and kind of it might go to your head. So to stay grounded, that takes conscious, intentional work. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing on your journey, you're a courageous woman or a courageous man. And so acknowledging that, just, it's like you're giving your soul some reinforcement. You're kind of in partnership, talking to your soul, to your higher self, and appreciating what the soul is doing. So the soul is kind of untouched, right? It's there, just emanating love for you to go forth. And then your physical world, your physical being, your personality is doing all the work on the ground with the help of your soul, right? So it's a partnership. So taking a moment to appreciate the collaboration, the partnership, it just puts you in a centered space. So the first thing, again, is I am a courageous soul because. When you say it, your heart opens. Maybe tears come up. Maybe you feel excitement and elation because you feel so proud, excited. Whatever it is, take that moment to ask yourself and to say the sentence. You can say it out loud is better than just in your heart. I am a courageous soul because. Then the second round that we did in my birthday tea party, which I'm inviting you to do, is I'm an extraordinary woman or I'm an extraordinary man because. It's also a really important thing to do. Now you can do it by yourself and raise your vibration and expand your consciousness and feel good about yourself, connect to your soul essence. If you do it at a gathering for the holidays or a birthday or a Friday night dinner or a Sunday morning brunch, whatever you do it for, suddenly there's a whole group that's hearing you and each one is witness to everybody else. And I found that everything that everybody else said I could resonate with and felt I am that too. And then I had to say my own thing. I'm an extraordinary woman because. And so that was so enriching, and the women just felt that they had been nourished and nurtured both spiritually, emotionally, and physically, materially. So it was the perfect balance, and that's how I like to have my events, if it's holiday or a special event like a birthday. So I offer you this for yourself to do it in private or to do at the next family gathering that you do, or women's group or book club or holiday event that you attend or host. Enjoy. Leave me a comment below to say how it went and how it felt for you and for the group, and I'll engage with you. Blessings.